Welcome back. You're watching Commodity Champions. Joining us now is Asher O. He's Managing Director at India Operations at Malabar Gold and Diamonds. Asher, hi. Thank you so much for joining us. The first half wasn't so great, and that's exactly where we were talking to Mr. Shah as well for the jewellery sales. But the markets are hinging on for the second half of this year. What's your sense on what the festival season demand could be?
Yeah, the market response was very good. People were very positive in the industry. Like all others, we also were able to get better turnover compared to last year and new footfall. And like the first half, we are expecting a better second half of this year because Diwali and other festivals coming in the second half. And also our presence in the newer markets is helping us to gain more turnover. Second half also we are seeing better sales.
So while we're all expecting second half to be better, but what's the percentage increase, an estimated number that you're looking for in this time? And what kind of growth in sales are you anticipating?
Annually, we are seeing anywhere, 20 to 25% growth is what we are seeing, because a lot of our stores last year also we have opened recently. There also a good growth we are seeing. So between 20 to 25% growth is what we are expecting.
Asher, the other thing that Malabar has been doing quite strongly is the number of store expansion. So what is the number that you're working with right now?
In India, we have 185 stores. Globally, we have 326 stores. That out of that, India itself is 185. These are 185. 8 stores were opened this financial year, and we are opening another 39 to 40 stores this financial year itself in India. So that India, the total count of the store become around 220 stores.
All right, that's a big number. You're also expanding internationally, as you said. So what geographies are you exactly looking at internationally? And internationally also, what is the number that could go up by end of this year?
Actually, by 26, we had planned from our existing 325 number to cross 500 stores in India and abroad put together. Internationally, we are opening in the existing countries as well as adding few more countries. This year, we have added UK already, and like Bangladesh, then other markets like Australia we are adding this year, and Egypt, and some of the cities in Africa also we are planning. So 4 or 5 countries will be added this year. So all put together in the 6 years plan, we were planning to cross, 3 years by 2026, we are planning to cross 500 plus stores.
All right, that's a very bullish number. Thank you for sharing that with us, Asher. Also, Malabar is the first one that started one country, one price formula. And we have seen other brands forced to follow that formula. How well has that worked for you?
Actually, that has helped us a lot. We had planned this earlier also, because earlier when each state was having different VAT rate and all these things, after GST came, the gold prices internationally it is all same, and import duty is same, and the GST came, all the taxes, the country taxes also same. So we thought, why to have different gold prices in different states? And we have e-commerce, from different parts of India, they are buying. So we thought one price across the country has to be implemented, because it will give more confidence to the customers. And in reality, actually, we were able to gain more confidence as a leader to implement this One India, One Gold rate. Best response was received from the market, and we see that many other brands are slowly following to this one. Not all, but at least some people have started, some brands have started following this one. So it's a very positive note and giving a lot of confidence to the customers.
Oh, well, absolutely. It gives a lot of confidence to consumers as well when you have the same price across country, at the airport, at the mall, at a Zaveri Bazaar as well. So that clearly has been a very big positive. But also, how would you look at the future of jewelry sector? Is it going to be about designs, branding, marketing? Lab-grown diamonds have made in an entry as well. And then gemstones like rubies, sapphires seem to be doing quite well. E-commerce is a part of this. Hallmarking has been there. So how do you see yourself 5 years from now? In what category, on what platform?
First of all, a lot of unorganized sector is becoming organized, because unorganized, selling is slowly going down, and it is becoming more organized. Because in the transaction, more transparency, more quality control, and designs also. The new generations, be it millennials or other young generations, they give a lot of value for the designs, even the budgeting, pricing, transparency on the stones being used. And also a lot of other things like we make sure, all the sources of from bullion to product, everything is transparent, the policy is clear, the sourcing is clear, because the purity is not just limited to the purity of the metal. We have to see what is the sourcing, how responsible sourcing is being done. And from the bullion till end, what all processes you are following up, if there is any illegal or non-compliant elements coming in. So we control a lot of these things and make sure that the product that end user goes through all these quality checking and all these policies. Because when a father gives to a daughter, it is a divine thing they are doing. So there should not be any impurity in the process or procurement to be there. It's not just the metal purity. So that plays a very big role, and we are very strong in that one. The responsible sourcing, as well as the responsible processes that we follow.
Oh, well, it's a sector that's ever changing, evolving even, and there's a lot of boost coming in from government as well in sense of recent measures and steps that they have taken here. Asher, as always, thank you so much for joining us. While the whole industry seems to be talking about the second half of this year in sense of jewelry demand, and much of that would really depend upon the kind of demand we'll get from festivals and from weddings as well. But let's now focus on a factor that will likely play a big role in the jewelry sector. Private weather forecaster Skymet has highlighted a 33% deficiency in rainfall in the month of August, which could result in India's worst monsoon season in perhaps 8 years. And a weaker monsoon clearly means weaker crops. The rural India is a big buyer of jewelry and gold and silver. If the monsoons are not kind, if they do not get their pricing, then this is a factor that could impact the sector as well. GP Sharma, President Meteorology and Climate Change at Skymet, now joins us. Mr. Sharma, June was weak, delayed. We heard you say that that's exactly how it played out in June. July was a great month. August with 33% deficiency. Now the markets are eyeing on what September would look like, and that would really decide on how the festival season really will pan out for us. What is your sense? How are you looking at the month of September?
Manisha, intra-seasonal variation in the monsoon is one of its characteristics. July was good, but then August is very, very disappointing. There could be some break in between. There could be few days when rainfall is less than the normal by a big margin, all right. But then August never got up. Okay, right from the first few days. Can you imagine we started with 105% of LPA in the initial days of August, and now deficiency has gone to 9% today. Okay, we are at 91%. Drop of 14% is huge. Okay, it doesn't happen like that. It has been a very, very disappointing month so far. You see the deficit area, which was earlier 15% in the beginning of August, has gone to 25%, where the rainfall is more than 20% deficiency. This excess area, which was earlier about 25%, that has dropped now to just about 8%. This shows the distribution of rainfall in the month of August, and it has skewed also, but then it has changed the scenario. The pockets which were perpetually deficit, that is the eastern parts consisting of Bihar, Bengal, Jharkhand, East Uttar Pradesh, they remain so. The parts which had improved, core monsoon zone, that's parts of Maharashtra, again it's plunging to below normal. Most pockets, Madhya Maharashtra, Marathwada also. And then month of September is not looking very rosy. Okay. August as such will close with a deficiency of almost about 34%, taking the seasonal LPA, long period average, to 91%. It could drop even to 90% also. Okay, which is just short of the drought figure. But then September is not looking that rosy. Yes, first few days of September, there is some silver lining that some weak system possibly is forming in the Bay of Bengal, which will give some rains over limited portion.
So, my question is, we haven't yet used the word drought, but when you look at what Kerala, Karnataka, Madhya Maharashtra, Bihar, Jharkhand seem to be dealing with, are we announcing it as like drought kind of a situation?
Kerala is drought, 48% deficit. What else? Okay. Similarly, some other pockets, South Interior Karnataka, parts of East Uttar Pradesh, we can say even some parts of Jharkhand, Bihar recovered a bit, but then many pockets in the south also, over central parts also. Madhya Maharashtra could once again go beyond deficiency of 20%. So these are the pockets which are worrying. Okay, can you imagine West Rajasthan, Saurashtra, Kutch have not rained in the month of August. West Rajasthan is supposed to rain about 100 millimeter. It has rained 5 millimeter. Saurashtra, Kutch is supposed to rain about 160 millimeter. It has rained 6 millimeter. What? This is a drought. What else? Okay, though we don't pronounce it in those many words, and we keep calling it as a deficit area or below normal or so, but this is what is the drought-like condition in many parts, and the scenario is not improving, which doesn't augur well even for the coming days beyond September also. In case September, you see all the water bodies, they are consuming their surplus now. They are consuming their reserve. I don't see it coming up in September, which will leave some worry for the coming days, even beyond September also.
All right. So not a good news at all. So various sectors which are sounding bullish right now with the festivities and the wedding season coming in, perhaps may not look at those rosy numbers with the way the monsoon really seems to be progressing. Mr. Sharma, as always, thank you so much for joining us. And with that, we've come to an end of this episode of Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.